What's up, listeners? Welcome back to another wild ride on the Jaftaf show, where we are your passport to the world of fascinating movie stories, unforgettable characters, and all the hidden gems you never knew existed. Today, get ready to jump into the quirky, hilarious, and downright cringy-worthy world of Netflix series everyone been buzzing about: Sex Education.
We are your hosts, the Jaftafs, and we are about to embark on a journey through the hallways of Moordale Secondary School, where teenage angst meets sex education in the most unconventional way. So grab your favorite snack, get comfy, and let's spill the tea on series that got us laughing, crying, and feeling all the feels. Sex education.
To kick things off, Sex Education is a British teen comedy drama series that first hit our screens in 2019. Created by Lily Iglehart, the show brings us into the world of Otis Milburn, played by talented Asa Butterfield. Otis is a socially awkward high school student whose mother, Jean Milburn, portrayed by Gillian Anderson, happens to be a renowned sex therapist.
Paired with the vivacious Maeve Wiley, played by Mackey. Otis starts an underground sex therapy clinic at Moordale Secondary, offering advice on everything from the mundane to utterly bizarre.
The first three seasons are a roller coaster of teenage dilemmas, friendship, and of course, the universal struggles of navigating love and relationships. With a stellar cast including Ncuti Gatwa, Emmylou Wood, and an ensemble of talented actors, Sex Education has become a fan favorite for its humor heart and the courage to address issues that are often swept under the rug.
Through awkward moments and unexpected alliance, the series dwells into lives of its diverse characters, each dealing with their own unique set of challenges. Sex education takes us on an emotional and often hilarious journey. So, let's start the discussion.
Obviously, you shall go first.
We see this series starts with a typical teenage drama slash love series, which gets twisted by sex education, and we see two characters, Otis and Eric. Eric happened to be Otis' gay best friend, and Maeve, Otis' crush. I mean, like starting, we see that Otis and Maeve meets, and they kind of. I mean, like Otis starts developing feelings for Maeve, but I think they don't show it at the first, and we see that Otis and Maeve starts offering free sex therapy. No, I don't think it's free.
No, it wasn't free. They were charging. That is why it was a business, right? Because Maeve found out that Otis has this ability to judge people in a right way and provide them advices that is going to help them for their sex life, right? So that is something Maeve was able to understand, that yeah, this guy has some ability to do it. When we talk about the love life, when we talk about the love life, it is basically that is what happens in teenage, right? You meet new people, you find them fascinating, and it happens, yeah.
I mean, like first time when we see that a young teenager giving sex advice to other teenagers. But obviously, this comes from his mother, who's a renowned sex therapist. So obviously, he had to do this. But I would ask you one question, like by any chance, like you had any problem in your life, would you trust in teenager?
Would I trust a teenager? It depends with the situation, how much choices do I have, and what is the people who were taking advices from Otis, they had no place to go, right? They were feeling like there is no solution for their problem in the first place. So he was giving advices to the people who were not just teenagers, but older people. And those older people had no choice. They were not even ready to take advices about sex. So they were not ready. They never wanted, like, this is something we won't need any advice for. But people seek advice like that only. They think they don't need advices, but at last they have to have it. And obviously, I have to know a person's background story before trusting
because
them.
I asked you because they could spread your personal data with anyone.
Exactly, that is the point, right? With that kind of crucial information, you cannot trust anybody,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
So, as we see, this was an entertaining series. So, creator
Uh,
has to make something
I,
out of it
I,
to entertain
I think it's
people,
beyond
right?
entertainment.
So yeah, exactly. So, and teenagers don't mind sharing their stuff when we are in school, and we have been studying with people for 15 or 12 years continuously. Even we are not friends, but we know how they are, right? So at that time, you have the ability to judge like how much information you can tell anybody. And you are not friends, but you know where they live,
Hmm.
with what kind of crowd they are into. So you are able to judge what kind of things they can do. So according to that, you will include yourself with them. When you are a young person like me, I don't think I would ever take advice from a teenager for my
Okay,
sex life,
okay.
because that would be ridiculous. What makes him qualify when he is doing therapy of teenagers? Then it's fine because he's taking care of the people who are around him,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
right? I know in season 3 he gave advice to Maeve's landlord. You remember, who used to live with his wife in a trailer next to Maeve,
Okay,
who
yeah,
had a
yeah, yeah,
cat
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
and the cat
he
died, and
he
then
even gave
yeah,
advice to the headmistress.
the new one,
Yeah,
right?
the bitchy one.
Those were the situation. Those were the but she was cute though. She was
No,
cute though.
actually, I would
I
not
wouldn't
agree
mind.
on this because whenever Maeve comes on the screen, I would totally fall for her.
She was threatened, bro. She was threatened by her. So that was the question. But I wouldn't mind her having around, and I would have wanted her in forward stories. But it's fine. Let's go there afterwards. So those were the situations. The advice was given at the time when there was no choice. People were actually broked. They were actually feeling so down, hitting rock bottom, and that was the time when they felt like they can talk, and then they just talked. When you are full of your feelings, you just want to spill it out.
Hmm.
So that's what happened in that situation. And one more thing, she knew who is Otis and his mother. So that was also a condition. Obviously, she wouldn't be talking to a stranger about her feelings, that I'm trying to get pregnant and it is not happening.
Yeah, yeah, correct,
These
correct,
kind
correct.
of these kind of information people don't share very often. So let's get back to the
Yeah.
story. So in the first season, when I look back and when I remember all the stuff, when there were things, but I just remember the good stuff. But we gonna talk about all
Yeah.
the things that we experienced
I
in the
think
in the
we'll go with
series.
the good stuff first, then we'll go with the trash. We'll keep it to the
Yeah,
end.
yeah, yeah. I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are saving it for the
Yeah.
end part. So first thing I want to hats off to Laurie Nunn. Why? Because she pulled out this kind of
Series.
no, not the series, but thought. These kind of thought, these kind of things people don't talk about. People make
Yeah.
them taboo. We live in a country where these things, talking about these things, is a taboo,
Yeah.
right? And she pulled out a way to make it more fun and so
Yeah. More
transparent.
presentable.
This series was, yeah, okay, whether you are naked or not, whether you need a advice or not. If people are aware about these things in very early of their teenager, things wouldn't turn out be bad. Just like in India, people are so desperate. So yeah, so the way she presented the content, the way the screenplay was written, and how the character development was happening, I would say that the series developed the characters in the best way possible. How a character can be developed, how a character can be presented, like the level of their presence on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, in the first season, I started, although Otis was the main guy for the series, but Eric literally took that spot one position in the series on season one because I don't know, I like Eric's smile.
His energy, he's like Ranveer Singh of gay people.
Correct.
Ranveer Singh of gay people,
I
he's
I don't
so
know. It sounds
energetic.
so bad.
No, I'm just saying because of the energy part. Well, why does it sound bad? Because
Okay,
no, it
okay.
doesn't
See,
sound bad. But
okay. So, although in this season, I mean, in this whole series, I kind of wait for Eric's screen time, because I don't know, like whenever he comes to the screen,
The vibe changes, you know.
so whenever Eric comes on screen, like I always feel that there's a lot of energy, and there's a lot of positivity. Although I feel sad for Eric because always Otis doesn't give that attention that he deserves, but he still remains by Otis' side. Whenever I see Eric, I feel sad because Eric is always dedicated to his best friend Otis, but Otis becomes dickhead and sometimes neglects Eric. I feel like everyone should have at least a friend like Eric in their life, because he's like, he is available. And I mean, not available. I don't think available would be the good word. I mean, like he's always he's there for you.
Yeah, exactly. A friend like Eric doesn't mean a black friend or a gay friend, but a person like Eric, right?
Not even a person, like support system. And he's always there. He's always there to guide you that you're doing right, you're doing wrong. He doesn't he gets shy away to tell that this is wrong, this is right, but he corrects you then and there, and he always cares for you, and to prove that he goes very far. So that's what I like the character of Eric in this manner.
Yeah. So there are other characters too. First, in the first season, I also liked Ola in the first season. Like she was so approachable. She was so like straightforward. She was saying whatever she wants there. And Adam was a guy I liked. I liked him.
Yeah, first time when they introduced Adam in the series, the first thought came to my mind is typical Netflix original series bully guy who is bullying the characters, and in the end he might die or something wrong might happen to him. But we all were shocked that how his character changed and the arc.
Like
Yeah,
like in 13 Reasons Why, there was this guy called Bryce Walker who raped the protagonist, right? So we would have thought like Adam could have been like person like him, but like Bryce, but Adam was actually a very shy person. He was trying to be something else because of his father.
Michael.
He used to blame his means yeah, subconsciously he used to blame his father for what he was. You know, in the prom night, he said to his father that I
Yeah,
hate
yeah.
you.
That moment,
Something that he wanted to say.
I was in favor of Adam because initially when the prom scene came, I started hating Michael because the way he was. And when he said that he hates him, I was like, oh yes, Adam, go for it, go for it, go for it.
Because when he saw Eric hugging his father, he was like why couldn't I have something like that?
Yeah,
Why could my father be a person who supports me, who appreciates me for who I am? So that's why, you know, that's why Adam was a person who was very who was very deep, right? And one more thing about this series that I liked, that how they interlink characters to each other. How Adam became friend with Ola, right? And he used to know about Ola. Ola was with Otis before, but then Adam and Eric came along, and then Ruby came along. You know, I liked Ruby very much. She was trying to be a bit, you know, we can relate Adam and Ruby very much.
yeah.
Why? Because they were trying to be something else. How damaged they were from their backside, they were never showing.
They weren't really the original self. They were portraying someone else. But I don't think I think this might be little unpopular opinion, but I don't like Ruby.
Well, that was the
Yeah.
intention. That was the intention, right? Like the character was made like that you don't like
Yeah,
it.
but when season 3 had finished airing, I saw so many of the memers community and lot of celebs and so many viewers across the globe. They were kind of appreciating Otis and Ruby pair. They were not really happy with Otis and Maeve. I personally was very much into Otis and Maeve, but I don't know, like everyone apart from me, rest of the world, they were just cheering that Ruby and Otis remains till end of the series. But yeah,
That was the ability of storytelling, right? You were creating that arc that Maeve and Otis are going to be right with each other, and at the moment when audience realize that Otis can be happy with someone else, like these two guys are actually hitting, at that time audience gets this interchange where like Otis is not with Ruby anymore, he is with Maeve. This is what you wanted,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But Otis has to be with Maeve because that was a combination audience who has been following the series from the beginning. They've been expecting that only. And Ruby, uh, I realized that Otis is the real stud. Means you are changing people's mind with originally who you are, not being anybody. Otis was not trying to be
Yeah.
anybody, right? Everybody was trying to do something. Like there was this guy who used to swim. What was his name? I forgot.
Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson. Jackson was very good with his health. Adam was strong and with a big dick,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And
That
right,
scene literally
and
just
people were there.
came off suddenly. I was like, where does he keep it?
Exactly. That was the question. Forget about the sex. Where do you keep it? Do you detach it from your body or something like that? Right. So that was quite interesting. But Otis actually, when you see when you watch the first season, what kind of person Ruby was and what kind of person Otis was. We could have never imagined that these two guys could be together. And then they
Yeah.
had sex in the second season. Yeah. And then they were dating in third season. And they just missed that they could have got married in fourth season, but they didn't. I guess the story would have wanted something else, but yeah.
When initially Ruby and Otis started dating, they were like frequently hooking up, and they were doing kinky stuff, which a couple does. I was just waiting that Maeve notices this, whatever this thing is going on, and kind of gets him back. But even Maeve was kind of detached from Otis because of Ruby.
She was not over him. Bro, she was not over him. She realized in third season that I'm not over him. It's just she was trying to run away.
So as a viewer, like I just felt even I was not very comfortable with Otis and Ruby sharing those scenes. I was like, instead of this scenes, Otis and Maeve should have been there. But yeah, so one scene made me really happy when Otis, I mean like. When Ruby finally confesses her love to Otis, and Otis doesn't answer back. Instead, he thinks, and he just disconnects the call. So it just gave me a spark that, yeah, Otis is behind the right girl, not any random girl like Ruby. I know this statement might offend a lot of Ruby fans, but yes, I hate Ruby. And that's it.
You hate Ruby, but okay. There's no
I
point
mean,
to
like,
hate.
not, I think hate.
You don't hate her, but you don't like her actually.
So I'll rephrase it once more. Hate is, I think, it's very strong word. I mean, like, I don't want her to see on the screen.
With
Yeah, with
Otis. With
Otis
Otis.
or Maeve, anyone. Basically, I just don't know. This is only the first series where I just want characters to be played according to my style. But yes, I think the show also delivers the same thing what the audience expected and what even I expected. So we finally get the treat.
End of the third season, we finally get the
Oh,
treat what
that
actually
third
people were
season
looking
literally
for.
it just kind of sparkled and kind of gave me that butterfly feeling that yes, something big happened, and I was really happy because something very crucial thing happened, and I was really excited.
You are seriously into it. I binged watched the third season, and before fourth season was coming, I binged watched the three seasons again because I love those three seasons. How the story was developed, how new characters were introduced. Till third season, I liked the things that how they were also introducing new characters, right, one by one. And there was this one
Rahim,
character, I don't know her
Rahim,
name. No, no, not Rahim. Yes, Rahim, as well as the head girl who was Jackson's best
with
friend. Viv, yes, Viv and Rahim. They were more influencing on
mm,
screen for the next season, I was expecting if there is a next season,
Yeah.
there has to have some more powerful things to do with them. You know, with Raheem especially. You know, I was expecting there has to be done something Raheem and Adam, because Eric dumped both of them. I thought even they don't get together, but there has to be some friendship that will go on. That was I was expecting at the end of the third season, and those two teachers were also great. One was, I guess,
Mrs. Sands.
yeah, and her boyfriend, who both the teachers who took them on a trip to France. These two guys I liked also.
Yeah.
Their character development, how means they were good. Actually, that woman is, I guess, Indian origin. I guess so.
She was cute though.
Well, in this series, na, our choices are very apart. I like Ruby, you hate Ruby. I like the headmistress, you hate her so much.
I
The
mean,
third season headmistress,
because
yeah.
this was one of the few series which I personally liked, and I kind of connect to the characters because they presented so good on the screen. At one time, I just felt that this is not a series. Just I don't know, like how to explain it. It was so good, but yeah, but some things happened which we'll just talk later.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about it later. But at these three seasons, even the filmmaking, the shots, the lighting, you know, when Martin is Adam's father, right? Martin, headmaster, a former headmaster,
Uh,
right?
Michael
Sorry.
Groff.
Yeah, Michael. So Michael, you know, in third season, he was having visions of his mother, something his mother used to cook, right? So whenever those visions are coming, the aspect ratio is changing and spherical lens visions are changing into anamorphic. You know, those transitions were very beautiful, how they were actually using anamorphic lenses for the subconscious part, means the dreaming part. That kind of approach, that was very great, as well as the lighting, how they used to establish the shot whenever they are showing Otis' house.
Yeah.
You know, the location was very great, how they were showing the first drone shot, how his house, and then they're cutting to the stairs or inside of the house, as well as their Moordale Secondary High School. The locations were very fine. Yeah, that
Uh,
washroom, they used to treat people, that washroom,
Sex
that
therapy.
was, yeah, sex therapy place, yeah.
So
Yeah.
one thing I liked about this whole series is it was very aesthetically the cinematography was so aesthetically took place in very retro style. I don't know, like this might be a flaw, but although this whole series took place in 90s or 80s, I don't know what exactly, but still all the students were using phone. So this not even phone, like the smartphones, the modern smartphones. So this was kind of flaw, but yeah, I don't complain it. Just my observation, like what I felt.
But you know, their small word, Moordale small word, how complicated things can be, and how approachable a person can be. Like Jackson just inverted whatever he was doing.
Hmm.
You know, I liked Jackson for 3 seasons very much. Like how aware he was about his feelings. And even though he had feelings for Maeve in second season, he didn't give a fuck about
Hmm.
it. He was like,
He's like, I want Maeve.
okay.
That's it.
Even though like he started liking somebody else, but till third seasons, Jackson was straightforward. I do not want this. And the complication was shown, like how crucial for him to get rest in first
Hmm.
season. Like he was so into his swimming, his routines, that he had to break his hand
Yeah. So
to
I
get
mean,
rid
like
of it.
Jackson. So Jackson. I don't know. Whenever I see Jackson, I just feel that, bro, just calm down, bro. I just wanted to say him that, bro, just calm down. Take a rest. Take sleep well. Eat good food. I just wanted to say him, but yeah,
You remember in third season when he was smoking pod for the very
yeah,
first
with
time
Cal,
with
Cal.
with Cal, and Cal told him that I'm from Minneapolis. So how he was also saying Minneapolis, and he was first time very high because he was using drugs for the very first time, and yeah, it was kind of, his acting was good at that time. I was like, how exactly he is acting like the way he should be.
Maybe,
First
maybe,
time when a person hits the pod,
maybe,
how
maybe I think that that was really his first time when he was hitting this.
Minneapolis.
So yeah, even Jackson had very amazing arc in series. So I feel even Jackson was a stud guy because he dated Maeve, and yeah, they kind of broke up, and Jackson got frustrated and he broke his hand and stopped swimming for a while. But yes, he later understood that without swimming his life would be so miserable. So he had to forcefully put efforts in academic wise. So there the girl comes Viv, who helps Jackson to improve in his academic wise, and Viv sees that Jackson basically Viv wants to help Jackson in some ways. So yeah, Viv was a very good support system for Jackson, although even Jackson kind of starts developing feelings for Viv, but Viv,
But they were
yeah.
friends. They were
Yeah,
friends though.
but Wave says that yeah, I don't think we're okay with this. We'll remain friends. Then we see entry of Cal in season 3, and again Jackson and Cal kind of start getting feelings, but Cal like says that Jackson to be friends. So yeah, I mean like summary of this whole thing is Jackson was
Jackson never gets the girls he
yeah,
wants.
but friends, yeah, he was brutally friend zoned.
Not brutally, but yeah. Actually, after realizing he himself made a
Hmm.
distance, especially with Maeve, right?
But yes,
Because of Otis.
there was very good storyline for Jackson's.
And that guy, Maeve's friend who was specially abled.
Oh, bro, that guy was I don't know, but I never liked him.
I myself don't remember his name, but I guess he was very happy person, I would say, in cases, because not happy person, but he was very sorted person about some things because the things he been through in his past. But he also didn't like the part to Maeve to get out of his life, like Jackson did.
He was into Maeve, and Maeve, even Maeve starts developing feelings for that guy. But I mean like
What was
yes,
his name? Let's check. Wait, let me check. Cast of Sex Education. Uh, Isaac.
Isaac.
Isaac. His
Yeah.
name was Isaac. Aaron was even Jakob. Jakob was an interesting person. Jakob. You remember? Jean
Yeah, yeah,
Melbourne's
yeah. So
boyfriend,
Jakob was
Ola's father.
was a plumber turned into father.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess Johnny since got his idea pretty well. I guess we can
Yeah,
see that.
so I think Jakob took a really good explanation from Johnny Sins, and
Or Johnny since might have taken
yeah,
the
because this
inspiration
story
from him.
takes place in 80s and 90s, so I think yes.
No, I don't
I
think so.
mean
Why do you think
the
so that it
aesthetic wise,
happened
the
in 80s
aesthetic
and
style.
90s? Okay, the aesthetic style you are saying that they are
Yeah,
following it, but the smartphones, but the even the cars, if
they
I
were very
notice now.
vintage type.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Only the smartphones are the things
yeah.
that are not vintage, but everything else is now. Hmm. Point to be noted. Now I'm getting what you said in the beginning.
So let's come to the play where Jackson plays Romeo. I mean, we'll come to the part.
The theme was funny. The theme was production design of that theater,
The play,
the
Romeo
the
Juliet play,
play that they
that
did.
was
Yeah,
I don't know. It was so strange and very surprising at the same time.
I imagine if it happens in
I don't
India,
think it would.
ever happen
Yeah,
in India.
just the
Yeah,
idea only would be trashed.
Don't even think about it. I just saw one post today where it was written, "Don't even think about parking here." Means don't even think about the idea.
Yeah. So yeah, so I mean like till there were like 8 episodes in first season. That's what I remember. I don't know, it might be wrong or correct. But I think this play takes part at the end of the season. So till end of the season, I was kind of used to the theme and what the storytelling was going in the series. So for me as an audience, although the play was really quirky and but but although we had some glimpse and some gist of the series, so it didn't feel that I'm seeing something strange because I was used to all this. But there was
Okay, yeah.
so many parts where it was just crossing lines. Like some guy had dick on his head.
Yeah. So much exaggeration
Yeah.
was there. Like the dance, those cheer
Yeah.
girls, those dancers was doing when the play was starting in front of audience. I was like,
So we see that Michael Groff kind of gets offended and comes to the stage, but to stop the play. But then Adam comes and confesses his love to Eric. So I think that's
and Rahim says, just don't do
yeah.
it.
So
I guess he was saying to Adam that thing, not Eric. Just don't do it because same thing is gonna happen with you.
so we see that during the play of Romeo and Juliet, first time we see that um, Adam confesses his love to Eric. So we see that Adam is really serious for Eric. Yeah, I mean that's the first brave step taken by the character, and I kind of wanted that change from Adam, and yes, the makers did it. So I was kind of happy that the character is slightly developing, and there's so much value added to the character that he is getting open up with everyone. Not everyone, just is opening with up his feelings.
It was that season when he asked to the teacher of his English teacher that I want to get improved.
Yeah, yeah,
I want to know what I want to do in
correct.
my life. I guess it was second season or third season.
I don't remember exactly.
I don't know, but it
Yeah,
happened. And yeah, he took a brave step. He confessed his love because yeah,
but Eric being
it takes time to a person to change, but he made the change. And when he was changed properly, when he became a better person, Eric uh, was out of his life then,
no,
right?
I mean,
When he became a
yeah,
changed
I mean,
person.
like when Adam kind of outgrowed his personality and changed for Eric for betterment of their relationship, but then the season ends and we go to third season where the man Rahim comes in place and everything just falls apart.
My man.
Yeah. Mr. Rahim enters the frame and Eric goes blah blah blah. Rahim gets attracted to Eric. So they initially start dating. This creates conflicts between Adam and Eric's relationship and ends up breaking up. So again, Adam goes into the shell, but this time he discovers himself. He finds his true passion. He finds that he's interested in caretaking of dogs. His dog Madam Groff. So he takes care of Madam Groff, and he takes place in some competition, I guess, where he gets first place.
No, 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 no. He doesn't get any place, but he got special appreciation for as a first
Ha ha.
participant. Means he was participating for the very first time, but he performed very well. His teacher and his mom was
Yeah,
there, so he didn't get any position, but he was appreciated for how he trained
yeah.
Madam.
So there we can see that yes, Adam is getting better, and we see that he's really happy with life, and we see that yeah,
He's growing.
he's
He's
growing
growing, yeah.
himself. Yeah. So that's where we see that yes, Adam is really happy,
You
and
could
we
have
see
never
that
expected how he was in first season, in the
yeah,
first episode, in the first sequence, how he was and how he got changed in till
from
third season. How much character development, like he feels bad too.
yeah. So we see that Adam uh from a bully to a nice guy. No one would expect that, but yes, it happened.
Well, yeah. That was the magic Laurie Nunn created.
Yeah. So I just want to
And film,
I just want
yeah.
to know that Moordale's new headmistress in season 3, Hope Haddon, when she enters season 3, she comes and changes everything from in the school. She introduces the uniform system. She makes lines, pathway to walk, and she changes a lot of rules. So that kind of she was very rule centric person, like who follows rules and wants to make student discipline. That's the part where I kind of hated her. Not hated, I mean, like, I didn't like her character. So I just want to know what are your opinions on this take.
So the changes that she was doing, when I rewatched the third season, I was, the kind of environment I was grown, right? These kind of things that were the changes students were hating. These were the pleasures, or I would say, would have been the best things that could have happened in our school. If kind of the kind of environment these guys were having in their school, even after having the rules for uniform lines, but the opportunities their school was getting to them. You know, Hope was not wrong. She was not what the students wanted. That's it. You have to show someone not right to make someone right. You have to show that somebody is wrong. In the universe there is nothing right and wrong, nothing small and big. Everything is different, whether in size or whether in his thoughts. Hope was not doing anything wrong. You have to align people when they are not aligned, and this is what school is all about. And that was she was trying to establish there. Sometimes it will come in your way, right? But I guess the winning is when you are able to incorporate yourself according to the way and still remain the same person you were before. Lily got very demotivated how Hope treated her, and the way she treated it was not how a teacher should be treating a student, right? Because she wanted to create an example. But I would say, like, when she got so demotivated that she was just wanted to let go her dreams. This is how you should not follow yourself. If you want to make a change, stay on to it. If you think your opponent is strong, why couldn't you be strong? Because you have this saying that you are a student or you are a kid, that's why you got demotivated. I would say, at the last moment she realized that she should need not to change. I guess for the Lily in the third season, I would say that is a weak point. How Lily realized that she should not change, but she has been changing for quite a while now. You remember she changed. She stopped going to school. She changed her room, and then she realized, no, I have to be what I was
Yeah.
before. So why all this changes? What made you think that she should be what she was, and why she was so affected by Hope? If something would have happened with Maeve, she would have stood what she is. She would have never changed herself because it has been happening with her for quite a long time. Even in the first season, in the end of the first season, when she got expelled from school, she didn't change herself. She was trying to improve, incorporating herself, not breaking herself into pieces. No, no, my life is destroyed. She felt vulnerable when she fell in love with Otis. When she had to make a choice between America or Otis. That was a part when people actually feel weak because those are two crucial parts of your life. If somebody is telling you that you are a stupid person, then you become a stupid person. Then then your thoughts become stupid. No, life doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. Even Hope was trying to establish something. She was a teacher. She wants money for the students only, but students were never realizing it. So this is an opinion that exists in real life, not real life.
Yeah, correct.
If the story would have gone the way I'm saying, there will not be any story there. So yeah. This is what I think about Hope.
Hope was actually doing very. She was actually helping Moordale to change. I mean, like, making Moordale more formal and more friendly and more disciplined way. But
Exactly. Your ways will never, it's not like, it was a good thing to be more expressive, to be more creative. The kind of creative people were there. She was trying to make some changes with her own ways. But because she was the person who has to run the school, right? At last, what happened? Reality happened. School was not
yeah,
there.
she even destroyed Otis and Maeve's clinic. That really that really broke me. That broke me because I don't know. In first season, that whole scenario where the clinic part takes place, and when you see in season 3 that getting destroyed, I don't know. It feels somewhat not satisfied. But she's destroying the clinic part. She's looking from up. That she's challenging Otis and Maeve. So it kind of gave me feeling that yes, she is gonna do some very very bad things in future also.
Exactly. If you see from investor's point of view or any parent's point of view, if my family or any Indian family goes there, they will not allow their kids to study in Moordale. The kind of scenarios has been happening there. So Hope wanted to change it, not for the Indian people, but for the people who are already living there, right? So that was something required, and Hope did a good job. And she was trying to be harsh, and she was already feeling so low in her life. She was trying to be a mother, and it's not happening. So there was a lot going on with her too. We think about Jean Melbourne. She was in so much tension when she got pregnant. She wanted to have a baby, and she wanted to have him with Jakob, and
Yeah, I
the
mean,
kid was
like
not
we'll save
Jacob's.
it for the later this part.
No, just the pregnancy part. The Till the third
Ah,
season when she told Jakob that she's pregnant, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
Ola never wanted something like that to happen. Means her father to get away from her, get his heart broken again. So that was the part we have to understand how a person is feeling and how they are reacting onto it. Otis was also always complaining to his mother about things. When we'll get back to it, because it happened most of like in fourth
yeah.
season.
We
So
see that at the end, Jean gets pregnant, but Jakob was not his biological father. Instead, a banker who she was dating in the
exactly,
first season. So everything comes,
not even dating,
yeah,
just
hooking up.
hooking
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
That was a tricky part to like end the third season, but okay,
yeah.
I'll discuss it in
And
future. So yeah,
one more thing was like when Otis and Jean's uh, relationship was not so good. At the same time, Jean was appointed as a professional sex therapist for Moordale High School. That's when everything got messed up because she was offering free therapy for everyone in the school, including everyone. Like so this kind of led to downfall of Otis and Maeve's clinic.
even for Michael also. Michael never wanted Jean Melbourne to come in school and try to solve the problems. You know, Michael was also following the rules, but he had his own ways, and that was not fine. He never wanted people to encounter their problems. But Hope was never like that. Hope was telling students that this is your problem, solve it. She was saying that on face. But Michael was not like that. Michael was like he wants to make the model like him only, right? You have to make some physical changes as well if you want to hit the psychology of a person. If you keep telling a person go anywhere you want, they will go anywhere they want. They will even fail. But you have to show them a path when they are in high school, because Hope understood the fact that there are very talented students in the school, but they have to be aligned if they want to make a change in their life. But Michael, can you imagine Michael would have wanted Maeve to go forward
No, no.
in her life? Would he be wanted Maeve to go to America? He would have never
Actually,
wanted that.
actually, this all credit goes to Miss Sands, who
Yeah.
encouraged Maeve to apply for study abroad program for in America. But and yeah, and fortunately, she gets selected. But due to the hefty fees, she doesn't apply. But yeah, end of the season 3, we see that his Maeve's mother gets money from somewhere, and she finally goes to the place where she wants to go, America, and we
You know,
see, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and that was really uh, what do I say? That was really very emotional.
That was a point when you can see her mother, uh, Erin. You know, she was not an ideal mother. She was not even in the category of a mother. But the kind of step she took, giving money to her child and telling her that you shall go, right? So that was kind of step that we would have never expected that Aaron would have done it. But Aaron was a mother. She proved that point that people would have think that I am not an ideal mother. I am not even a category of a mother. But I know
Yeah,
when it is required to
that's
be
the
a mother.
first time. That's the first time I felt that yes, Erin is actually a good person, but she's just addicted to all this, or addicted to all this drug thing.
Because Aaron was like that. That's why the only friends Maeve had were books. That's why she became a person like she is now. So, a person's value is known by the things they do, right? By the places they are present at that time. So Aaron proved her point to be there when Maeve wanted somebody, not just her mother, but wanted somebody to give her some finance to be in America. Even Hope said it in the beginning of the third season that if you tried for the scholarship, I could even arrange for some money. But because of the financial issues, Hope was not able to do it. But her mother
So we
actually
see that
proved.
for the first time, Erin commits to fulfill her dreams. That's when I think her character kind of comes to a sympathetic phase where, as an audience, even I relate to her because she was a really good person by heart, but due to her addiction, she wasn't in consciousness. But yeah, if she wasn't addicted to anything, she would have been a great mom to Maeve. And we see the same bonding. I don't know which season, but in some episode or some season, we see that Otis invites Maeve to his place, and we see that Maeve and Jean sharing that daughter mother vibe. So that's where I just felt that Maeve was always craving for that motherly love that she couldn't receive in her childhood. But when she met Otis' mother, she kind of wanted to be pampered and wanted someone to understand what exactly Maeve wanted to do. And I think Jean was kind of in the same zone. So she was kind of,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Jean also wanted a woman. Like, there has to be a
Ha.
girl to girl or
So,
woman to woman talk has
so
to
that
happen in a
moment
house.
really was presented so good that May finally wanted a mother.
You are talking about season 4 or season 3?
I don't
I
know.
don't get
I
it.
don't know
I
which
guess
part
season
this comes, but I just remember.
it's season 4. It's season 4, but it's fine.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's season 4.
So
Yeah,
so
it's season 4, but it's fine. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's where
Hmm.
I see that yes, May finally gets that love from Otis' mom's Jean.
I liked how Maeve, what kind of how tough and cruel she was trying to be, but whenever and how upset she was about her mother in the second season when Aaron comes first in the screen. But even after all that happened, she used to love her. Maeve used to love her mother a lot, that she always forgets her whatever she did, and even if she requires money, she gave it to her, even her brother. So yeah, these actors were actually pretty good.
Yeah.
How they incorporated every character. And director was able to establish what they want to establish. Till third season, I guess
Yeah.
everything was very structured. I guess they would have written till third season according to me, and then they structured everything according to it.
Yeah, even I feel same that sex education should have been stopped in season 3 and just would have left it to audience that whatever you speculate, that would be your ending. So yeah, because in season 3 ending we see that Otis and Maeve comes really close, and she finally says goodbye to Otis for the last time, because she's unaware that she's not sure that when will she return back to Moordale, and yeah, she leaves for America, and that's where the season 3 ends, and yeah, so that's where the whole world, the whole fans.
You know, everybody was sorted. Eric realized what he wants. Adam and Rahim were their separate parts. Lily and Ola were together. Right? Ruby realized that she loves Otis, but it's fine, I guess. It's fine. This is what it is. You know, you don't have to make things complicated every single time when it's going fine. Because sometimes the story needs to, because you know, in all 3 seasons there always a ground to be covered in the upper direction. Imagine the first 3 seasons are like the sex education is a person who's tracking on a mountain. So in every single season that the series was able to cover a ground vertically.
I mean,
Right.
like
They were
season
able
one
to
was the
achieve.
foundation of the series. Season two was the
Yeah.
conclusion of season one, and season two was foundation for season three, and season three was conclusion for season two. And in the season three ending, we see that lot of things was left uh, uncovered or unpacked that would covered in season
They
four.
were beautiful like that
Yeah,
only.
they were
They were
really
beautiful like that
great
only.
in the manner where there was not a proper conclusion. So the fans, everyone was excited because they just wanted to know what exactly happens after Maeve moves to America, and what happens to this part and the part where she's doing her.
Imagine, imagine, like, you know, you remember the Karate Kid movie that came in 1984, and they made the series Cobra Kai in 2019, I guess. So it was around 33 or 36 years gap. Imagine they would have made something like that. That sex education, when in third season Maeve left, and after 40 or 30 years they make that Maeve came back to Moordale, and then she's meeting Otis. Both have their families. Maeve has 2 daughters. Otis has 2 daughters, something like that. Or maybe Otis didn't get married, or Otis got married but Maeve didn't get married, and she comes back to understand, to touch the base of her life. You know, something like that could have happened, right? At that time, developing a story with a new vision, and all the cast is same, every character is same. Some people would have died, just like because Jean Melbourne would have got old so much, so there is no point of keeping her in the screen, like, right? Some old people like Michael, but the people who were teenager, they would have become 40s or 50s, and showing their vision, how they see the world right now. And imagine Otis getting married to Ruby, having 2 kids, and Maeve coming
No,
back
no,
to
no.
Mordale, and then
I
seeing
don't
all
think I was
that.
prepared to watch this, but yeah.
But I guess if you can do what you did in season 4, you should have the guts to do this also, right? You know what? I'm not criticizing season 4
We
properly.
haven't even started
I'm just
criticizing
saying
yet.
that, yeah, we haven't even started it. I'm just saying that this can be the, you know, could you ever imagine what I just said?
Uh,
You could have never
yes,
imagined it,
yes.
right? Like 30 years or 35 years later, Maeve coming back to Mordale, and look what just
Hmm.
happened. Everything has changed. And when these guys do see each other, oh shit. Hi Maeve, hi Otis, how are you? And then 2 daughters coming from
They're like,
back. Oh, these are your daughters?
daughters,
Yeah.
hi.
And then Ruby is coming in the screen in your face. In your
Yeah.
face. You know, they are showing in this thing in trailer itself. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine? It would have been a blast. People like us who has been watching this show, and then 40 years later we watch this show again, and everything has changed. Everybody is old. Even we would have getting daughters after 30 years. And I was like, shit. I'm showing it to my kids. Kids, look, this is what sex education looks like. And you know what?
And wait,
I
wait.
don't know
Just,
how
just,
sex
just imagine Otis and Ruby's daughters or kids would say that, "Hi, Aunt Maeve."
not even Aunt Maeve, they would have been rude because of Ruby, and then maybe there would have been a chemistry, or maybe there is a connection between their daughter and Maeve. Maeve tells like how sometimes it is hard to live because Otis is busy, Ruby is busy, but kids are not getting that much attention. Then Maeve comes in play, and right, Maeve's best friend, what was her name? Maeve's best friend.
Amy.
Yeah, Amy comes, Jackson comes, right? These guys comes, and then they play their role, right? The protagonists are same, but the story is very very inverted. Like, just like in you remember this anime series called
Yeah,
Naruto
yeah.
Shippuden, right? So this Baruto is the third part of this series, but Baruto is kid of Naruto. I would have never wanted his kid to become the protagonist because I always loved Naruto. They could have shown that Naruto is being more developed, how he's changing the world. The same thing could have happened in the fourth season after 40 years. Like how Otis has changed. They don't need to show that there has to be a chemistry between Maeve and Otis, but they can show that they still respect each other, and they know that they used to love each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah.
They could show that Ruby is getting a little jealous and she is questioning Otis' loyalty, but it never happened properly. And then at last they finally realize. Then they could have established that why it is so important for Maeve to go back to America. Because she's old now. She has established something there, and she realizes that there is nothing for me in
Yeah. She
Moordale
has her
now.
whole family to be taken care in America.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, for me, sex education uh, has been a track on a mountain, and the mountain itself is sex education, and the characters are the people who are tracking over it. So the three seasons are like where characters are climbing over first season, second season, third season, and they are understanding with whom they can be, whom they can trust for this journey, and with whom they can be and hold their hands. But sometimes you wanna be with somebody, you wanna feel secure with somebody. I'm talking about the tracking part, right? So you wanna be with them, but sometimes you don't get a chance to be with them. But when you keep on moving forward, then you get a chance. Actually, then you get lucky. When you are there, then you get lucky, and you get a chance to be with them. So I'm talking about Otis and Maeve, obviously, like how they started, and finally at the end of the third season they were holding hands, but they realized that the paths are separated now, right? So, and the separated part is the fourth season. So for me, fourth season was not something going upward but staying on the same place. It was new, but it was not elevating. It was not elevating. It's like they 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 grabbed a place, they established something, and they were less moving around onto it, one place to another. It's just there's no elevation. There is no strong change that could have made a difference. Yeah.
Okay. So for me, season 4 didn't make any change or difference, or didn't made me impress or something in any way, because because expectations what I had from 1 2 3 seasons, it didn't even come close to it, and all the main characters uh, were not actually playing their role completely, because I know that showrunner and show writers are changed in this season. So because of that reason, there are a lot of chaos going on and a lot of confusion are left behind viewers that what's happening next. But I know it's end, but still there are so many loose ends to be tied. But
Exactly.
they're just left it without any knowledge what will happen to them. They just left. Left them alone there.
Yeah, means
So
yeah.
yeah. So in my opinion, this has to be the not this has to be. This is the worst season.
Well, comparatively,
Yeah.
you are saying comparatively.
So when this season 3 had come, I was pretty much excited to see what happens in Otis and Maeve's life. This show had come to the point where I was pretty biased on this show. Like I own the show. Like it's like my personal favorite and my personal space where I could just chill around and see these characters for doing their thing in the show. So this show was that for me. So I was pretty much biased to this. But when I got to know that this show is coming with another season, so I had hopes that this show is gonna come to the end, like everything's gonna come to the end. But yet here we are sitting here and discussing that it's the worst. I can't even defend it with anyone that like this is good, this is somewhat better. There's no point of telling that, yeah, but yeah, I'll just be straightforward. This has to be the worst. I think they could have ended this thing in season 3 itself. I would be more happier. I would have made my theories in my mind that what May would have done and what Otis would have been. So I think that would have been like that would have keep me excited for my entire life. But now I see season 4. I think it kind of ruined my ending. So yeah, it's just my perspective. I don't. Yeah.
In 2022, when the first reel came on Facebook, I remember where all these characters were there, Otis, Ruby, Maeve, right? So at that time, I was excited because just the year before that, in 2021, the season 3 came along. And I binge watched it and I loved it because how the story was elevating and how characters were becoming strong, right? That we talked about, right? How Eric has changed, how much he has grown as Eric, as a human being in this series. So fourth season is, it's not like I would say worst, because obviously we are kind of filmmakers that appreciate the film efforts, right? But it's more about the, what I would say, that what your context of saying worse is the storytelling part, is it's what the story you demanded from Sex Education, right? It's something you didn't get. Like, yeah, they could have waited, or they could have done a like far more change, but with a more span of time, right? The way, the point that we discussed, like after 40 years of third season, the new season came along, or a movie came along, or where they are showing how characters have, like, what their lives are now. What was the point of ending the story at the end of third season? Why it was important to show like Otis and Maeve are separated, to show like what they have become. It was important, but right now there was no change in there. There was this story, means very so many stories were untold. I would like to know about Jakob, Ola, Lily, right? Jackson was a good character, but these other characters were also great, and Aimee was also there, but they were not that powerful how they were till third season. The weight they were putting on the screen, it was crucial till third season. But I'm telling you now, it was like they have found a field where they started to just not to go forward. It was like that for me. Like till third season, they were just climbing, and then when they found a plateau, they just wanted to stay there and like roam around, because the story was like that only. Back to Maeve, back to Otis, like both of them were together in this season. They were dating, and then she went back. Obviously it was important to go back, but it was already established in third season, right? That she was able to come out of her comfort zone. She was not a frog in the well, right? And literally the story would have been very challenging when this part would have came when Miss Melbourne, Jean, Jean is trying to convince Jakob to have the baby, to become a family now in this season, right? Like how much Ola would have hated Jean about it, because she didn't like her in the beginning of the third season, but when she became mother, Ola got attached to the baby, because the emotions they established at the end of the third season was something that could be the backbone of the story in the fourth season, right? Right, because of that part, Ola would have empathize or sympathize, not sympathize, empathize with the baby, that yeah, whether the baby is not our blood, but it is something we have given our lives to, right? Jakob was investing time for that baby. Like where that story went, right, that story should have been there. And Ruby's friends, both of them, what were their names? I forgot. uh, Ruby's gang. You remember these three guys?
Uh,
Let's see. The cast. Yes. So we have Olivia, right, and Anwar, right? Olivia and Anwar with Ruby. So where these two went, these three were very rude, but they were actually something. They have their what I would say. They have their area, which was very important in the story. It was just there, but it was creating an impact because of their actions. The quality of the other characters were coming out. You remember in first season when the Ruby's picture went out, and they were trying to find out who was the person who leaked it, and then Olivia was the one who leaked it, just to show how, just because Ruby was so rude and Olivia was also frustrated on them, and Ruby always used to call Maeve cockbiter, right? These three always used to call Maeve cockbiter, but still Maeve was the person who wanted to help them, right? So characters like them are very useful for the characters who are actually the protagonist of a movie or a series. They are not a villain. Obviously, there is no villain in this series. Why would there be a villain? But the conflict they create is something we connect to, right? Because these kind of conflicts so many people face every day. That kind of awareness sex education was trying to establish. But it's not about the fourth season. Fourth season was playing carom or pinball, means putting focus from one place to another and one place to another. And there, where in my hometown, they say in bank, all the people who work in bank, they play carom. You know with whom? With the people who are there. You go there, you go there. So it was like that only. The focus was just shifting from one place to another. The story of Adam. Where he was working. He was working in a farmhouse, right? He was learning something new, and I was literally looking forward to that part of story. He was a bisexual, but like he might have liked that girl, right? She asked him to go on a date, right? At the end of the season, yeah. So that was something I was looking up to, and at last Jean decided to tell the real father of the baby. It should have happened in the beginning of the season. We would have seen how that guy would have reacted. That could have changed the whole character of that person. He seems to be very stupid, but after knowing that he is a father, he is very rude to Jean. He doesn't want to be a father and he wants to go away. That made Jean realize that how important for some, like at this age, to be with someone, like how important it is to be with someone, especially having a baby. And then it would have pushed her to convince Jakob. The story could have gone that way, right? But
yeah.
but Jean's sister came. I don't know why she was in this story. I don't get it. I even forgot that she was there. I just realized it because she was trying to date that guy. I'm not saying it worst. I'm just putting out the points that
Yeah.
well. So yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, the production, when the series has had been a very good fan following, and they have been creating a show for quite a long time, so the production obviously increases, right? That's why the production of season third and fourth were on a level. But for me now, when I see movies, I don't see them that way. That's why I don't watch movies which are around me actually. The movies, the film industry that exists here. So yeah, that's why here I mean to say Bollywood. So yeah, and Sex Education is a show that we both have watched, not by recommendation, just we have watched separately. Yeah, and that's why we were hoping, because of this, because fourth season was coming. I binged watched first three season in 2 weeks, I guess. In 2 weeks, because well, we work too. That's why we don't have that much time. But in 2 weeks, it was quick. In 2 weeks, I completed three seasons, and I was like, no, I'm gonna recall everything, and then I'm gonna watch the fourth season, and bam, on my face. Why we like watch previous parts, so that we get connected to the origin, and then when new things come up, we are like, yes, there was nothing new. What was new? That Otis and Maeve finally had sex. That was not the point, to show for them to have sex. But that 40-year theory, that would have made a change. I'm telling you, that 40 years of gap would have changed a difference for the audience like us. I thought you were
Okay.
frustrated.
Okay, so I'll start with Eric. All the main cast have moved to new school, Cavendish Sixth Form College,
Another
where
sex therapist, man. Literally, another sex therapist was there.
yeah. So we see Eric and all the main cast move to the new school. So there we see that Eric is meeting his making a new friends. So in this part we see that Eric is constantly being encouraged by his family that he should turn into Christian by baptizing him, but he refuses it because none of surrounding people, they don't accept his sexuality in the church. So yeah, I think this is something that should be addressed at this season, and at this finale season, addressing that many of this situation happen in real life, but I don't see many movies talking about this situation. So I think this was the topic of this show, so they have smartly handled this. On the other hand, I just see that a lot of main characters don't play a significant role what they should have been played. Like Amy is there, but she's not so important in season 4. But she had played very important role in second and third season.
Exactly.
Ruby's there. Ruby just carried the whole third
I
season.
love Ruby.
But yeah, so Ruby carried entire season. But in this season, she was just trying to make dominance in Cavendish School, but she got wasted. And Viv, she was just there. Jackson was there, and even he was there.
Yeah. For the Viv part, I agree. Yeah.
Viv, Jackson, Cal, all these people were there. Yeah, they were just there. You see, there's a lot of school dramas where you see trees are just placed there in the stage. So they were
Canopy,
just
the
placed.
canopy, right? The
Canopy.
canopy around
So
yeah.
so this character was just placed there. They weren't supporting cast because they didn't have any much role or much importance in this season. And there was a lot of other characters, supporting characters like Ola, Lily. They just vanished like Thanos snap. They weren't there. So I don't know. Like I'm just waiting for the showrunner to tell what was the reason to remove them completely. And I
Raheem,
think
you
if
remember Raheem?
yeah, Rahim, yeah, he just came into one season and he just vanished.
Two
I
seasons,
think that was
yeah. 2 seasons, right?
yeah. No, he was just only for one season, season 3.
Or season, yeah. No, he came in season 2. Remember, at the end of the season 2, Eric broke up with him and he was with Adam. Remember?
No. He came in season 3 and he left in season 3.
No. He came in season 2 when Eric says, have you ever seen so handsome guy before? And then they both came together. You remember when that that
this sounds really bad.
why is saying that?
They came together.
Well, they were
Okay.
together in season 2, yeah, and then at the end of the season 2, when this play was happening, directed by Lily, it was end of the season 2 when
Okay.
Adam confessed his love to Eric, and then Eric broke up with obviously Rahim. Rahim said like,
Hmm.
don't do this, and then in season 3, Adam got dumped.
Yeah.
Eric was a player.
Eric made the move.
Hmm.
So in this whole entire season, the only thing which I like the most is Michael makes an effort to
Yeah.
come close to
Adam.
his family and Adam. So I like the entire sequence where Michael is trying to get back his son's attention and kind of wants to become a good father.
Yeah, that's something new
And
that I was talking
and
about. Yeah.
yeah, and even Adam is kind of becoming responsible towards his life rather than being just
Nerd.
dad's. Yeah, not nerd,
Nerd, not nerd. Asshole.
Adam found another new hobby like horse riding, uh, taking care of the farm.
But he was kind of forced to it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we can say that.
So yeah, initially he just found a new hobby. So I think this whole series only Adam and Groff family they had a lot of improvements, like developments, like they were always upwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the part which I liked, and yeah, first season where I kind of hated Adam. I understood what Adam was and what he was trying to do. So I felt connected to him because Adam was trying his best to not to fit in society, but kind of becoming a good person. So this part I really liked it.
Yeah.
And we see Viv gets a new boyfriend, but he turns
Yeah.
into toxic.
Even Cal, Cal's story. I don't know. Cal was not even so strong in this. Obviously you don't have to
Yeah.
make every character strong in a series. But Eric, how Eric was not too strong in season 1, but he was
Yeah.
impactful. The character should be impactful, but Cal was not so impactful. And there was this one more character. I'm forgetting who was there. There were so many characters. I don't get it. In season 3, everything was becoming connected. How Adam is friend with Ola, right? How these guys are connected. How that sequence when Eric, Adam, Ruby, and Otis went for a double date, and they had so much fun. So it was like a connecting thing. Like people are trying something new because Maeve was not there, right? At that time in season 3, everybody is trying something new, something they were trying to grow themselves. But those two teachers, I'll tell you their name. Emily Sands, Miss Sands, and the English teacher. Remember?
Yeah. So yeah, she was very cute teacher,
Yeah.
but they kind of removed them. I don't know why. I don't know what's the reason.
And Mr. Colin Hendricks,
Yeah,
Miss Sands'
he was a fun
boyfriend.
guy.
Yeah, that guy was cool, man.
Yeah.
That guy was cool. How like in season 3 and in season means he was very positive. You remember in season 2 or in season 1, Eric shouted at him. I guess yeah, in season 2, Eric shouted at him, and that's why he gave him what when you have to stay at school like for 1 or 2 hour extra after the classes. Detention, sorry.
Okay.
Detention, yeah. So Eric shouted at him and Mr. Hendricks, and he was in a band, and Eric was frustrated because of Adam, I guess, and then he got a duty with Adam, and at that time Adam gave him blowjob. Remember in the music room, that what happened, right? So
Uh,
Hendrick was a good guy. He helped Lily to direct the drama. So these kind of characters needed to be there. I was expecting Rahim and Adam's story would work in this is going to work in season 4 because how they have became friends when they went to France trip, right? Adam took the call on him after what Rahim did in the
let's
trip.
not go there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted Lily's character to be there in season 4 because Lily was quite artistic, and the designs what she made, the futuristic erotic robots, what she her forte was.
I am
Uh,
Lily. I want
yeah.
sex, but with
Yeah.
alien.
I I I I don't know. Like, I know that Lily was a side character, but I kind of liked her
Yeah, exactly. She
screen
was.
presence because she was very artistic and very good, and I wanted her character to be more explored in this, but yeah, she was just vanished.
You know how Ola was from season 1 to season 3. Nobody would have expected that she would not be there in season 4. I don't know.
Yeah,
Look, we were watching as a viewers, but we
yeah.
don't know the reasons. The reasons can be there, like maybe, yeah,
Production issues or
production,
something
yeah,
else,
so anything,
contract
yeah,
issues.
anything could happen. But we are talking about as viewers, as filmmakers, how we see it. Obviously, you know, technicality was not the thing to talk about in this episode. I'm telling you, the production was great. It has been great from season 1. Season 3 touched a benchmark, and season 4 it was there. It's about the story that we liked this show. The connections they
And
created.
one
Yeah.
more thing, like, I didn't personally like is, see, like, season 1, 2, 3, they made the characters kind of completion towards an end. They could have taken that character to complete the loose ends. Apart from coming to an end, they introduced so many other characters which was not necessary at all.
Yeah.
And the new characters weren't even playing any significant role in this season. In my opinion, I didn't wanted any new characters. I would have been happy with the old characters, given more screen time for them, and they would have put more light on them. That would be good because I see same pattern being followed in season 4. The Maeve and Otis clinic has been replaced with O and Otis clinic. We didn't want another O or any other sex therapist,
Yeah.
but she was there and she was kind of cringy.
Yeah, you need to get together all the shit that was spreaded
Yeah.
till third
So
season
yeah.
and get it
So
together. Yeah.
in my opinion, the part where the O's character was there, that was not in any significant role she played in this. Yeah, she did so many campaigns and all, but overall, that wasn't necessary because already the show established Maeve and Otis, so we didn't want any other Maeve, Otis, and Jean's character. I felt the same story continuation was going on. Yeah, I just felt it's a lazy writing, and I didn't find it interesting at all.
Obviously, how they portrayed the LGBTQ community was very appreciable. How they were showing how specially able students need more attention. It was important. Till third season, it was not there. The problems that we don't face, but other people face, they try to display it, and it was good. The way of storytelling for that part was good. But when you are ending something, you need not to introduce something new, but to end that already exists. They could have ended the stories of other, at the end of the season 3, Ruby, Anwar, and Olivia became so close because Ruby's heart got broken. Those two told her that everybody loves Ruby. Doesn't matter Otis does or not, everyone does. And in season 4, they showed that these guys don't hang out with each other because schools got separated. Obviously, it happens in teenage. People get together, people get separated, but that is not what you establish in season 3. In any show, in any reality show, what happens? In the final, you don't recruit new people, don't audition new people to come and compete with the already existing audience. Sorry, participants. Because it will spoil their flow, their show. It will spoil their show that we have been trying to be something so far. Right. When Rahim came in season 2 and Cal came in season 3, it established something. For Jackson, for Adam, for Eric, coming something new is established something. In season 2, there was this guy, Isaac.
Hmm.
Isaac came along in Maeve's life and changed something, the way she was thinking. Eric in season 4, Eric was around so many people, and Otis solved one of this guy's problem who was in the new school, who was friend with Eric. And then he was the one who was telling Eric to, like you would be more with people, LGBTQ people, not with the people who don't understand you, who are not like you. So I didn't get it. Like, why is he trying to say something like that when Otis was the person who solved their problem? Those that couple, I don't remember. Yeah, Roman and Abby. The one who used to call Eric lifesaver or something like that. When at the beginning of the season 4, Ruby was trying to park her car, and then Eric saved Abby. So Abby and her boyfriend, Otis, actually helped them. And then Roman was the guy who was telling Eric that you should be like, sometimes people judge you on something like that. I was like, obviously people do like that. Like, there was no point of introducing new characters. It was, I'm telling you, I have told that point that what could have happened in this season. Either they would have come down. Well, that wasn't possible because season 3 established something, but introducing something new is something that was a downfall for season 4.
Yeah, the only thing I just want to say is like 2 lines. At the end, as an audience, we don't receive any reward. We are just left with confusions and unsatisfied ending. So, a beautiful show with a worst ending. This is what I would say.
Means the ending that could have been much better.
This entire season felt very rushed.
All over, I would say that, yeah, sex education has been a great journey for us. It was our expectations. Obviously, audience would have watched it with a different perspective, and they would have liked it or loved it, right? They would have seen the story in a very different manner that we have. So yeah, we appreciate all the views, all the points that people check and see. So it is our opinions. This is how we seek, because we see things as a storyteller, as a director, as a filmmaker. So this is how we see it. It's not, we don't appreciate the people who make all this. Obviously we do. It's just they have created a benchmark, and this time they were not able to touch it. Alright, cinephiles, that's a wrap on another mind-blowing episode of the Jaftaf Show. We hope you had as much fun as diving into the world of movies with us as we did uncovering those hidden treasures. Before we roll the credits, a quick shout out to our incredible audience. You make this podcast a cinematic celebration.
Remember, the magic doesn't stop here. If you're hungry for more movie trivia, untold stories, and behind the scenes secrets, hit the subscribe button and join us for future episodes. We're just getting started on the cinematic journey, and we want you right there with us.
As we say goodbye, keep those popcorn buckets full, your movie nights epic, and your love for cinema alive. We are your hosts, the Jaftafs, signing off until next time. Until then, keep those reels rolling, and may your movie discoveries be ever enlightening.
Thanks for tuning in to Jaftaf Show, where every movie has a story and every story has a secret. See what the movies.